Hey, my name is Carter Stegera with First Updates Now. I'm with the OverClucked Bots. Awesome robot. We have Gavin, Henrik, Nico, and Didi talk about the super unique robot at Behind the Bots.
This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. The new Robot system by AnyMark can reduce complexity and enable robust builds. Parts aligned to a common 1/2 inch grid, simplifying construction and allowing alignment of both structure and motion components. Robots enables teams to always have the parts they need to complete a build. Head on over to anymark.com/robots to learn more and order today. Support Fun's content creators when you sign up for a membership on YouTube Join. You'll get access to special perks like emotes, loyalty badges, and Fun members will even get early access to our scheduled videos and more. 100% of this revenue will go back to our correspondents to help recognize their efforts. Click the Join button in any YouTube video to pledge your support.
All right, everybody, I don't know how this thing got on my head, but let's get right into the pixel manipulation mechanism, starting with Gavin.
So here we have our intake. It is run off of one torque servo over here that lifts up the 4-bar linkage that we use to pick off the stacks. And then we also have both of the intake mechanisms. The first layer of the intake, that is the belts. And then we have a second layer, which are more belts, the same belts that are used on our sister team, the Robotics. They use those for their intake. So once they're pushed off of their 2-layer intake system, then they get funneled into the transfer.
All right, here we go over to Nico for the outtake mechanism.
Okay, so starting with our outtake, we have 3-stage belt-driven slides that come down on top of our pixels. They insert our claws into the middle of the pixels. Then we pick them up to any height. And next step is to rotate our pivot out. And then we have our unique wrist that can allow us to place the pixels in all 6 different possible positions. This makes scoring mosaics super easy. Finally, we have our release toggle mechanism, which can either release one at a time or both in very quick succession. So we use that a lot in scoring mosaics. It allows us to be super precise, and that's why we love it, and that's why it's so unique to us.
All right, awesome pixel manipulation mechanism, but I'd also love to dig deep into your climber and your drone launcher. Henrik, get into it for me. What do you got?
So first, we have a spring-loaded climber with a servo clamp that releases it, and then a motor winching mechanism that pulls it back down to our robot and helps us to climb. And then for our drone launcher, it is also spring-loaded, and it pulls back, and then a servo clamp holds it, and then we release it, and it launches it out.
That's awesome to hear. So all on the mechanical side of things, everything looks awesome. Everything looks very well packaged. On the software side of things, Didi, I'd love to hear about any sensors that you guys use, any ins and outs of the programming that you guys do.
So we use distance sensors in our Auton to detect the prop. What we do is we detect if the prop is on the left or right, and if it doesn't detect either, then it's on mid. What we do in our Auton is we place a purple pixel on spike mark. If we're far, then we turn and get a pixel off of the stack, and then we can either go under the gate or under the truss. Then we score the white and yellow pixel onto the backdrop. For the close Auton, we aren't able to get an extra pixel, although we are working on an extra cycle. Something that we worked on for Auton this year is ramp up, ramp down. So we use ramp up, ramp down for our long drives in Auton that just help us drive forward way more accurately, and it's been super helpful.
Awesome. All right, I love to hear about all the software side of the things that you can't see. Are there any final, statements that you guys like to say about the robot? Any iterations that you guys have gone through that's changed throughout the season?
As you can see on our iteration board behind us, we've gone through a lot of iterations of this claw. On our outtake, it's gone through many design phases and ultimately has gotten to this point on the robot. So this has been optimized for the quickest and most accurate pick, along with the best and smoothest release.
All right, thank you, the OverClucked Bots. Again, it's Gavin, Henrik, Nico, and Didi. I'm signing off from First Updates Now. Again, I'm Carter.
This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following. The new Robotics system by AnyMark can reduce complexity and enable robust builds. Parts aligned to a common 1/2-inch grid, simplifying construction and allowing alignment of both structure and motion components. Robotics enables teams to always have the parts they need to complete a build. Head on over to anymark.com/robotics to learn more and order today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on our new videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.